Welcome to Unspoken Minutes. Today we're counting down the top 10 rock songs with tragic backstories. Rock music is often powerful, emotional, and unforgettable, but behind some of the greatest anthems lie heartbreaking stories of loss, addiction, betrayal, and pain. These songs may have topped charts and inspired millions, but their origins are rooted in tragedy. Let's explore the dark histories that gave birth to some of rock's most iconic tracks. Number 10. Tears in Heaven, Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton's haunting ballad wasn't just another hit, it was born from unbearable grief. In 1991, Clapton's 4-year-old son, Connor, tragically died after falling from a 53rd floor apartment window in New York City. Broken by the loss, Clapton turned to music to process his pain. Tears in Heaven reflects the unimaginable sorrow of a father, asking if he will ever see his child again. While the song became a global success and even won Grammy Awards, its origin remains heartbreaking. Every time audiences hear it, they feel the raw wound behind the melody, making it one of the most tragic backstories in rock history. Number 9. Jeremy, Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam's Jeremy is more than a grunge anthem. It's a chilling reminder of teenage despair. The song was inspired by a real-life tragedy, a 15-year-old boy named Jeremy Dell, who shot himself in front of his classmates in 1991. Frontman Eddie Vedder read about the incident in a newspaper and wrote the song to capture the silence and pain surrounding ignored youth. With its powerful lyrics and haunting video, Jeremy struck a nerve worldwide. Sadly, its message about the dangers of isolation and the consequences of neglect feels just as relevant today. Number 8. Hurt, 9 Inch Nails, and Johnny Cash cover. Hurt was originally written by Trent Reznor of 9 Inch Nails as a raw expression of self-destruction and addiction. The lyrics describe the emptiness of drug abuse and the collapse of identity. Years later, Johnny Cash covered the song in 2002, just before his death. His frail voice and the video, filmed in his decaying home, filled with memories of his late wife, June Carter, turned it into one of the most devastating performances ever recorded. Reznor himself admitted he felt the song no longer belonged to him after hearing Cash's version. Hurt became a tragic anthem for loss, addiction, and the fleeting nature of life. Number 7. Behind Blue Eyes, The Who. Pete Townshend wrote Behind Blue Eyes in 1970 during one of his darkest moments. At the time, he was struggling with fame, temptation, and feelings of loneliness despite global success. The song was originally intended for his rock opera Lifehouse, but it became a standalone hit. Its haunting lyrics reflect the inner turmoil of someone trying to resist destructive impulses while hiding behind a calm exterior. For Townshend, it was a confession of isolation and despair. Fans sing along passionately, but the words reveal the weight of guilt, alienation, and human weakness. Number 6. Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd's masterpiece, Wish You Were Here, is often heard as a universal song of longing, but its roots lie in the tragic downfall of the band's original frontman, Syd Barrett. Barrett's struggles with mental health and drug abuse forced him out of the group in the late 1960s. Years later, while recording the album, he unexpectedly showed up at the studio, unrecognizable, overweight, and bald. The sight shook his former bandmates. Wish You Were Here became their tribute to him, a song mourning the loss of a friend who was still alive but gone in spirit. It remains one of rock's most tragic laments. Number 5. Under the Bridge, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Anthony Kiedis wrote Under the Bridge during one of the loneliest periods of his life. Struggling with addiction, he felt disconnected from his bandmates and friends. The song describes him wandering Los Angeles, even considering using drugs again under a literal bridge. While the song became the Chili Peppers' breakthrough hit in 1992, its lyrics are soaked in isolation, temptation, and vulnerability. Fans may dance to the tune, but underneath lies a cry for connection and the struggle of a man trying to stay sober. Number 4. One, Metallica. Metallica's One is a brutal anti-war anthem inspired by Dalton Trumbo's novel, Johnny Got His Gun. The story follows a soldier who loses his arms, legs, and face in World War I, left trapped in his own body with no way to communicate. James Hetfield's lyrics channel that horror, a plea for death from someone suffering beyond imagination. The music video intercuts with footage from the film adaptation, amplifying the despair. One is not only a metal classic, but a haunting reminder of war's devastating human cost. Number 3. Gloomy Sunday, Billie Holiday. Original by Rezső Seress. Though not pure rock, Gloomy Sunday became covered by countless artists and is often referred to as the Hungarian suicide song. Originally composed in 1933 by Rezső Seress, the song was linked to a series of suicides in Hungary. so much so that it was temporarily banned by the BBC. Billie Holiday's rendition in 1941 immortalized it in American culture. While later artists like Sarah Brightman and rock bands have revisited it, the song's reputation as cursed and tragic has never left. Its backstory continues to chill audiences nearly a century later. Number 2. Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana. Nirvana's anthem defined a generation, but its backstory is tied to Kurt Cobain's personal battles. Cobain became the reluctant voice of Gen X, a role he hated. Despite massive success, he struggled with heroin addiction, depression, and pressure from fame. Just 3 years after the song's release, Cobain took his own life at age 27. Smells Like Teen Spirit remains a symbol of rebellion, but also a tragic reminder of an artist crushed under the weight of expectations and inner demons. Number 1. Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen. Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody is one of the greatest rock songs ever written, but its lyrics have long been tied to Freddie Mercury's personal struggles. While Mercury never explained the true meaning, many fans and biographers believe the operatic confessions reflect his guilt and fear about his sexuality at a time when it wasn't widely accepted. Later, as Mercury battled AIDS, the song became even more poignant. By the time of his death in 1991, Bohemian Rhapsody was no longer just an experimental masterpiece. It was seen as Mercury's emotional farewell, filled with pain, guilt, and a plea for freedom. And there you have it, the top 10 rock songs with tragic backstories. These tracks may fill stadiums, inspire covers, and dominate playlists, but behind the music lies heartbreak, pain, and loss. They remind us that even the most iconic artists carry heavy burdens, and sometimes their most beautiful creations come from their darkest moments. Which of these stories hit you the hardest? Let us know in the comments below. This was Unspoken Minutes. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that uncover the shadows behind the spotlight.